Hi, I'm Loretta Rose with Spotlight on Lee County, and today I'm out here on location in Smith Station, and we are about to see a historical move to take place. You're going to see a house move from one location to another, but I want to share with you who's responsible for donating this house to the city. So I'm going to introduce to you a wonderful man, generous man that has donated a very historical home. And first of all, I'll give you some insight. It used to be Jones' store in Smith Station many, many years ago. So those that are residents of Smith Station, you'll know what that is. So we're about to tell you something historical that is about to happen today. And thank you so much, Mr. Dave Erickson.
That's right.
Thank you for your
Thank
time. I'm so happy that we were able to see you, and you're out here about to see this house move as well. And when I arrived, I was told that you are the developer.
Yeah, what we have here is we have 65 acres that used to be part of the Jones property years back. Actually, I was informed that some years back it was actually a very prosperous chicken farm some years ago. And we purchased this property about a year and a half ago, and we're developing it into a subdivision called Southern Oaks, which is targeted for 140 houses that'll run from 200 to 250,000 for the Smith Station market.
Oh, wow, wow. So years ago, it used to be Jones' store. How did it transition from there to here?
Well, I wasn't directly involved in that, first of all, but I am told that the box behind us was the original general store for the area, and it was across the street on the other side of the railroad tracks for the general, purposes of the community. And then when they brought the high school in, as a condition of the sale, apparently Mr. Jones requested that it be moved across the street. At that time, it was the general store box plus the add-on of the house that went with it. And they did that as part of the school purchase of the property. And then when we purchased the property, I was approached by Smith Station about the structure, and I said, if you'd be interested in it, I'll be glad to donate it to you and let you move it down there. I think they're going to put it into a kind of a pioneer park up near the government center.
Awesome. So let us know your developing company, because you're the president.
Well, yeah, I operate two companies in this discussion. My primary development company is Tiger Creek Development Incorporated, and Tiger Creek is responsible for clearing the trees, getting all the structures and trailers cleaned up, and getting it back to a kind of a normal state. And then Greyhawk Homes Incorporated is my construction company for homes, and we're starting to build houses now at the other end of the property here. You can just barely see we're starting to put up the first houses, and we'll have a number of houses going up here in the next several months.
Wow, and how much land you're working with?
There's a total here of 65 acres. About 20 of it is actually down in the creek area where we can't develop that property. So that's kind of a wetland reserve area that we're saving off to the site. So there'll be a nice buffer of real thick, big trees between Southern Oaks subdivision and 280 is that way, about half a mile. It'll separate us nicely in terms of noise and things like that.
Wow, well, we appreciate you and your generosity.
Thank you.
And I think it's wonderful how, and I know the community is very appreciative of you coming in and bringing in the enhancement in the city, but at the same time, we're keeping history in the city. So thank you so much.
Glad we can help.
Many of us wonder, how do you move one house from one location to another? So I'm going to talk with someone with Blackstock House Moving who will inform us, how do you do this? Because it looks like a lot of work.
It is. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of people that, you got to get lined up. And as you can see out here, telephone companies, power companies, railroad, all that's the hard part, I guess. I say, other people say my job's the hard part, but you got to have the equipment and the know-how, and fortunately we have 50 years of experience around here, so that helps a bunch.
And when I drove up, I see Alabama Power, I see AT&T, cable TV of East Alabama, the Lee County Sheriff Department, the railroad. I mean, all of this takes place in having to make this move.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it does. It just they're here for the safety of everybody, for ourselves, for the citizens around here, for all the power lines. It just makes everything go smooth. It just takes all the hard part out of the move.
So tell me, what are you doing? Me personally as a female, I'm like, how are you going to do this? But I see you have already began to lift the house.
Yes, ma'am. We have to put steel beams in place under the support areas of the house, and support it like it needs to be. All old houses are just, you kind of have to go with your gut on some instincts, but we put steel up under the house and use hydraulic jacks to raise the house, and once we get it to the height that we need it, we install our dollies, which are the axles up under the rear of the house, hook our truck to it, and then we're ready to go. I know that sounds easy, but it takes a little time. It's a slow process.
So when you get to the next location where the house will be delivered to, what happens then?
Well, when we get it to the location where it's going, we will actually place the house in the exact spot it's going to be, and we will drop some what we call plumb bobs off the corners of the house so we can start our foundation process. Once we start the foundation process and it's ready, we'll back the house back over the foundation, remove our axles in the truck, and leave the house up so we can lay a block foundation. Then we'll come back and let the house down on the block foundation and remove our steel and our equipment out from under it. From there, it's the city of Smith Station.
Ah, so Blackstock house moving is about 50 years.
My grandfather started in 1958. I'm a fourth generation, so this ain't our first one.
Oh, wow, wow. Excellent, awesome. So how long you been doing it?
I've been doing it since I was probably old enough to crawl up under a house and aggravate all the workers. But I've owned the company for the last 15 years.
Oh, wow. We're so proud of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for your time.
No problem.
The historical move has taken place. As you can see, we are here at the Smith Station Government Center. The house has been delivered. It used to be the Jones store. and now it has been donated to the city of Smith Station. So we're going to talk to some of our city officials and city employees to let us know more about the direction they're going to go with this new move here in Smith Station. So at this time I have Lisa Deason, and she also worked here with the Smith Station Government Center. Let us know, what do you do here?
Well, I am the City Planning Administrator for the City of Smith Station, and I am the Historic Preservation Coordinator. So I'm really excited about this great move.
Yes, and you've been all around in this entire process today, back and forward, and
Yes,
I hear you're a
ma'am.
pretty busy lady.
Well, today's been very busy, that's for sure. I'm always busy, but this has been a great day. Very exciting opportunity for Smith Station. So thankful that we have such kind developers. They come out here, they want to build. Smith Station's a place to be. They want to come out here and build and sell houses to people who love this community. And so thankful for the like-minded of this individual developer who said, you know what, this has historic value, and we knew that, and glad that he recognized it and said, I want to give it to the city.
Mr. Erickson, we appreciate that, and it is a great place to be, a great place to live. I'm also a citizen, and I am very excited to be a part of history in the making.
Absolutely.
So give us some history behind this move, this building, this house, because a lot of people that don't know, they don't know how it originated.
That's right. Well, the Jones store was actually a standalone structure that was located at where the new high school is on Lee Road 430. And later on, I guess after Mr. Jones and his family raised their children, they added on to the store. Large family, it was located on a very large farm. So he used this store for a long time and then built onto it. And since the store was the actual first structure to exist on that property, that's the part that we wanted to save since it was the oldest. And when Mr. Jones, the son, passed away, the heir to the estate sold it to the developer, and then he was kind enough to give it to us. So we want to save as many historic structures obviously as we can, because as we go into the future, we don't want to regret having not done that. And as each day goes by, we're always missing out on a piece of history. Yes. So if we start preserving it now, at least our grandchildren and our grandchildren's children will know about the history of the community. And there are so many people that are interested and who want to help preserve history, that I think that we have all the right players at the table, which is everybody in the community, taking an interest in it, and this will be the first piece. So we hope to restore it to its original state, and that will consist of quite a few repairs, but it was free for the community, and it will sit here on Smith Station Government Center property to be something of a historic marker for people to appreciate, and we hope to expand on that in the future.
And you're doing a great job. Thank you so
thank
much.
You. Thank
we
you.
appreciate
Thanks for
you.
being a part of this today.
Absolutely.
With picnic fun and summer sun, Terry's Grocery is your one-stop shop for all your summer entertainment. While you're here, check out our newest selection of flowers and plants. Shop Terry's Grocery on Mullins Road in Smith Station.
Oh, we're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. You will need change. Let's go down, down.
Are you looking for the best coffee shop in town? Relax and take a sip at the Coffee Hut. Get a cup now and let us take you to coffee heaven.
Spotlight on Lee County with Loretta Rose, and we're having a lovely day here in Smith Station. We are out on location on the grounds of Smith Station Government Center. There has been a great historical move today, and we are so excited to have been part of it. Well, at this time, I'm going to talk with one of Smith Station City Councilmen, and he's going to help us to understand a little bit more about the future direction of this move with this house. And welcome to the show, Mr.
Thank you very
Cooley.
much for having us.
Thank you. It's good to be able to talk with you again on camera.
Yes, ma'am. This is a very historic day as far as the city of Smith Station goes and the Smith Station community. The Jones store has been a part of our landscape for more years than I care to count. It precedes me by far. But we're just so proud that we had a number of people that were involved in this to help this day, make this day possible. The Blackstock Moving, for moving the house. First of all, the developer for donating the building to us. And you know, we had CTV, he was here helping with lines along with Alabama Power, AT&T, Northwest Southern, I guess that's the correct name for the railroad.
AT&T.
Norfolk Southern. And we're here to coordinate this. It was quite a production to get it all done.
Absolutely.
Seems to come off without a hitch, and that goes to good hard work of the people that planned it.
The future plans with the house now.
Well, obviously, it's sitting in temporary spot right now. This actual site is a little over to the other side there, but they've got to do some prep work for the foundation and all before they actually set it in place. And then that's where we come in to start to restore it. And it'll be a slow process. Of course, limited funds, but you know, we'll work on that as we go along. We want to restore the store back to pretty much its original configuration as best we can determine. And eventually, we would like to come off the back side of it with maybe a covered pavilion, some picnic tables, things of that nature, and make a little park around the facility itself. You know, don't have any exact plans. This is kind of a work in progress, and this is kind of the vision that we had to go forward.
Awesome. And I'm sure with the city, the citizens of Smith Station being a part and sharing their views and things, I'm pretty sure in a matter of time, you all will have it all laid out. And because Smith Station is really growing rapidly.
Yes, it is. It has been for a number of years.
Really, and I'm very impressed with the growth. So Mayor Copeland, he was here earlier also, and he was on site just as the movement was taking place from the first location. And he's have a list of meetings and appointments today.
He's a very busy man.
And so we're gonna, we would like to know, how do he feel, because you can speak on his behalf.
Well, I talked with him earlier today, and he asked me to address this for him because he had a previous engagement he had to go to. Like you said, he'd been here earlier today running around and been in most of the day, but just couldn't be here for this part of it. And but he is very excited about it, and you know, without him and his leadership and his motivation and sparking the fire under some other people, it probably wouldn't have happened. But he is very excited about this and our plans for the future.
Absolutely. Well, we are proud of the city of Smith Station and Mayor Bubba Copeland and all of those that make up the Smith Station City Council. You all are doing a wonderful job. We appreciate your service. A lot of time people do not see all that takes place behind the scene, but some of us that work side by side with you guys, we get a chance to see it. So we want you to know how much we appreciate you. I do believe the growth that we see is evidence of the service that has been taking place behind the scene. At this time, I have Miss Sarah West, and she has an art gallery here in Smith Station. And I want to know, what is your reaction to what has taken place today, the house move?
It's so significant. It's something that will be around for forever. It's kind of the current generation's gift of posterity for future involvements, advocacy for historic preservation, as well as cultural ties to the community. I'm hoping that it serves as a center for all of those things and more.
So tell me more about what do you do here in your art gallery? How does it serve in the community?
I am the owner of the Sarah West Gallery of Fine Art. We also teach about 80 different fine art programs for continued art education that serves every age level or interest level of the individual. From the most inexperienced of beginners to the more advanced lifelong artist, anyone can choose to study with us. As I mentioned, we advocate for a great deal of historic preservation, community advocacy, as well as the conservation of core values that do bring communities together, such as the arts, culture, farming, the farming industry, things like that that do truly sustain us and bring us together. That's what we do. We are an exhibiting art gallery as well as the continued education artery that serves as a community art school. We also host special events throughout the year. Some of those events are for charity, others are simply an extension of what we do as gifts to the community, such as our Cultural Arts Enrichment Program. We bring many times world-renowned singer-songwriters, authors, and people of various different genres into the community to offer readings or concerts, things of that nature. We give those events free of charge to the region, really. We have people traveling out of state to attend our events. Our initial event was hosted by the gallery featuring Ramshire Records recording artist Jim Avett. Since then, we've also hosted an event featuring the Bluegrass Sweethearts out of Ohio. And we will actually bring Jim Avett back this year to perform for us. We're also hosting his first exhibition, the first exhibition of its kind featuring his original writings, hand-penned song lyrics and set lists that truly expose the process of his art journey. We do those things, but also exhibit classical art as well.
You do a lot.
Yeah, we do.
So how do you feel about, or how would your art gallery and this house move? How will it coincide, you think?
I think it's going to solidify a wonderful relationship between our place within the community of 9 years, going on 9 years this year.
9 years?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and then also to have a historic center. That is wonderful because for a long time we haven't really had that sense of historic preservation on a very evident scale. We do have historic structures within town, such as the historic Mount Zion United Methodist Church. It is the oldest established congregation in our area, and the current building, I believe, was built in 1901 with beautiful stained glass windows. We use them as our listening room venue for concerts and things of that nature. And then there are also a couple of other churches, I believe, that are either on the list for historic registration or may have already received it. So it's nice to see this as now another significant part of it. It's certainly one of those images that everyone has seen. It's a familiar sight, and we kind of missed it when they had to build the high school on the original property and moved it across the street. So it's exciting to see this part of history live on.
And it's all connecting now.
It is.
It's all connecting.
Yeah.
So where are you located and your hours, how, if for those that are watching?
We are located directly next door to the Smith Station Post Office, 2750 Lee Road 430. Our hours range from 10:30 to 5 during the week, but because we also offer evening classes, we are open, we keep late hours a lot in studio. So.
Well, thank you so much. Now, before we close out the show,
yes,
we are going to let you introduce a song, a performance that we're about to see.
Yes.
And for the listeners, it's going to be a sweet little surprise for them. So I'll let you introduce our artist that you're responsible for bringing in.
Yeah. From our 3rd annual Cultural Arts Enrichment Initiative program event, I introduce Ramshire Records recording artist Jim Avett.
Several years ago, maybe 35 or 40 years ago, I sat in some traffic and I thought this out. And it took me that long to write this song. I decided I'd go to work for myself and not ride the roads that everybody else is going. That's what this song is about. Dead stopped in traffic late one day, thinking this is a heck of a price to pay to get in life where I want to go. Just think Jerry Reed. Well, I was sitting there jammed the matter I got, thinking why am I stuck in this spot? It occurred to me I wasn't going nowhere. So I shoved it in gear and spun out of line. That old gal who was sitting there behind, she must have thought that I was crazy as a loon. Well, I wasn't crazy. I'd made a plan. I'd work for myself and be my own man. I was going to quit riding the road meant for other people. My friends were shocked. They said through tears, you may end up after all the years with a job that ain't got no benefits. Well, I laughed at that as I thought it through. I think I can make up some better rules. I want to make my own benefits. The dreams I have don't fit other folks, and I may, in fact, end up broke. But right now, I ain't rich in nobody's eyes. Well, everybody's scared to jump out of the line. For me, I think it came that time I was going to shove it in gear and go where I wanted to go. It takes some guts and not a lot of brains to step out of line and do your own thing. I think I'll take a chance, be my own boss. Don't work out, well, there ain't much lost. I think I like being my own boss. But if I lose, big deal, I'll try it again. Give me life's dice, I'm ready to roll and drive the road and see where it goes. I'm gonna be all I can be. So I'll see you all down life's path. It'll take a while, but it'll all work out. I may be broke, but I'm gonna be happy and not stuck in traffic. I'm gonna wave at that old woman running the wrong way. The worst thing can be is unhappy and broke. I already got that part down.
We hope that you've enjoyed this historical show today, coming to you live out of Smith Station. It has been Spotlight on Lee County with Loretta Rose, brought to you by Cable TV of East Alabama, which is CTV Beam. We have been delighted to bring this to you today. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, you be blessed.